Only 5 to 10% of the daily calories you burn come from exercise. I've been researching weight loss for years and discovered that you don't need to kill yourself in the gym to see real results. Studies show that people can lose significant weight without doing any formal exercise at all. And in this video, I'm going to share with you the 5 laws that will allow you to lose weight without stepping foot in a gym. Which brings me to the first law. Your metabolism is like a bank account. Think of your body like a checking account. Every day, you make deposits through the foods you eat, and you make withdrawals through the calories you burn just living. If you deposit more than you withdraw, you gain weight. If you withdraw more than you deposit, you lose weight. It's that simple. Your body burns calories in 4 main ways. Your basal metabolic rate, which is about 60 to 70% of your daily burn, handles basic functions like breathing and keeping your heart beating. Then there's the thermic effect of food, which is about 8 to 10%. Non-exercise activity thermogenesis, or NEAT, accounts for 15 to 30% and includes things like fidgeting and daily movement. And finally, exercise, which only makes up that small 5 to 10%. So if we want to lose weight effectively, we need to focus on the biggest pieces of the pie, not the smallest one. Which brings me to the second law: calculate your metabolic baseline. Step 1, find your current body weight in pounds. Step 2, multiply that number by 10 to 12. If you're sedentary, multiply by 10. If you're moderately active, multiply by 11. If you're very active, multiply by 12. Step 3, you now have your estimated maintenance calories. This is roughly how many calories you can eat to maintain your current weight. Step 4, subtract 300 to 500 calories from this number to create a calorie deficit. A deficit of 500 calories per day should lead to about 1 pound of weight loss per week, since there are roughly 3,500 calories in a pound of fat. Now, this only works if you actually track what you're eating. You need to measure your food intake just like you'd measure your bank deposits. The only way to do this accurately is with a food scale and a tracking app like MyFitnessPal or Chronometer. Research shows that people underestimate their calorie intake by 20 to 40% when they eyeball portions. Even nutritionists and dietitians underestimate by about 10%. I've been tracking my food on and off for years, and the only times I made real progress was when I based my decisions on data instead of feelings. When I think I'm eating in a deficit versus when I actually am eating in a deficit are two completely different things. You don't need to be perfect with tracking, but you need to be consistent enough to have real data to work with. The biggest mistake people make is saying they can't lose weight no matter what they try, while simultaneously having no idea how many calories they're actually consuming. Being unaware or basing your calorie intake on feelings is where most people fail. It's very easy to think you're not eating that much, but if you're not measuring, you don't have the data to make informed changes. The time you think tracking will take is way more overwhelming than actually doing it. Start by just tracking what you're eating without trying to hit specific goals. Awareness is the first step to improvement. Moving on, caloric awareness beats cardio every single time. Here's a real example. It takes approximately 75 minutes of walking for a 150-pound person to burn 300 calories. It takes about 30 seconds to eat 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, which contains about 380 calories. You can undo over an hour of exercise in less than a minute of eating. Most people would be better served focusing on what goes in their mouth rather than trying to burn it off later. If you wanted to save money, you'd focus on earning more or spending less, not on trying to earn back what you've already spent. Fat loss works the same way. Focus on the calories going in before worrying about the calories going out. People who struggle with weight loss consistently underestimate their weekly calorie intake by hundreds or even thousands of calories. Which brings me to the third law. Think weekly, not daily. Your body doesn't reset at midnight. It doesn't care that Tuesday was perfect if Wednesday through Sunday were disasters. If you zoom out and look at fat loss on a weekly basis instead of daily, you'll get better results. Think of it like a GPS navigation system. The plane flying from New York to London isn't perfectly on course every second. It's constantly making small corrections, but it stays focused on the destination. It doesn't turn around and go to Miami just because it was a few degrees off course for a minute. But this is exactly what many people do with their eating. They have one meal that's not perfect and completely abandon their plan for the rest of the day or weekend. If you're only in a calorie deficit Monday through Thursday, but you're overeating Friday through Sunday, you're erasing all the progress you made during the week. This is why weekend eating is where most people sabotage their results. It's crucial that your weekly average calories are in a deficit, not just your Monday through Thursday calories. Which brings me to law number 4, prioritize protein for the thermic boost. This chicken breast has about 140 calories, but your body only nets about 100 calories from it after digestion. That's because of the thermic effect of food, or TF. All food requires energy to digest, but protein requires the most. Protein has a thermic effect of about 20 to 30%, meaning your body burns 20 to 30% of protein's calories just digesting it. Carbohydrates have a thermic effect of about 5 to 10%, and fats have a thermic effect of only 0 to 5%. Let's do some math. If you eat 150 grams of protein per day, that equals about 600 calories gross. Your body burns about 120 to 180 calories just digesting that protein. So you net only about 420 to 480 calories. Protein isn't just beneficial because of its high thermic effect. It's also the most satiating macronutrient, meaning it keeps you fuller longer. Studies show that increasing protein intake can naturally reduce overall calorie consumption by 400 to 500 calories per day just because you feel more satisfied. Protein also helps preserve muscle tissue during weight loss. When you're in a calorie deficit, your body can break down muscle for energy if you're not eating enough protein. Muscle tissue burns more calories at rest than fat tissue, so preserving muscle helps keep your metabolism higher. A few years ago, I was in a calorie deficit but wasn't prioritizing protein. I lost weight, but I looked soft and lacked muscle definition. More recently, when I focused on getting adequate protein while in a deficit, I maintained my muscle mass and looked much more toned at the same weight. The difference was dramatic. Aim for 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight if you're trying to lose fat while preserving muscle. Which brings me to the fifth law: increase your daily movement. Non-exercise activity thermogenesis, or NEAT, accounts for 15 to 30% of your total daily calorie burn. This includes all the calories you burn through daily activities like walking, standing, fidgeting, and maintaining posture. You can significantly increase this number by simply moving more throughout the day. The easiest way to track this is through daily steps. If you're currently sedentary, you might only be getting 2,000 to 4,000 steps per day. If your goal is 10,000 steps and you're currently at 3,000, don't try to jump to 10,000 immediately. Increase gradually by 500 to 1,000 steps per week until you reach your target. You can also think about it weekly. If your goal is 70,000 steps per week, you have flexibility. You might get 5,000 steps one busy day, but 12,000 steps on a day when you have more time. The weekly average is what matters most. Walking has benefits beyond just burning calories. It helps regulate blood sugar levels, which can reduce cravings and energy crashes. It aids digestion and can improve mood and mental clarity. It's also one of the lowest impact ways to increase your calorie burn. Simple ways to increase your daily steps include parking further away when running errands, taking stairs instead of elevators, having walking meetings or phone calls, taking a 10-minute walk after meals, or using a walking pad while watching TV or working. You could also pick up an active hobby like hiking, dancing, or playing recreational sports. All of these activities increase your NEAT and help create a larger calorie deficit without formal exercise. So these are the 5 laws to lose weight without traditional exercise. Exercise is actually a very small piece of the weight loss puzzle. Your focus should be on managing your calorie intake through tracking and awareness, prioritizing protein to boost your metabolism and preserve muscle, thinking about your progress weekly rather than daily, and increasing your general daily movement. Master these fundamentals and you'll see results without ever needing to do a single burpee or spend hours on a treadmill. If this video helped you understand the real science behind weight loss, make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to How to Be Fit for more evidence-based fitness content that actually works. And drop a comment below letting me know which of these 5 laws you're going to start implementing first. I read every single comment and I love hearing about your progress.